Hey guys, Beast here, and I want to go over the toolkit that I've had. I want to say it's easily over a decade. If you guys have followed my channel for a long time, you know I drive international harvesters. Well, my previous international harvester from the Scout, a lot of you love and know. Before that, I've had several Travelalls and a little Scout 80, but my big workhorse that used to get me up to the mountains was my International 1210. It's a 3/4 ton. It was a 4-wheel drive. I'll throw in some pictures right here. And that thing in 2-wheel drive used to take me everywhere. Every back road from Seattle to Oregon, you name it. That was my first overlanding rig ever. Backtrack, needing to fix things with an old truck and wanting to be prepared and working on your own rig, you're going to need a good toolkit. Now, I don't know where I saw it. I want to say it was even an infomercial, and I also was a Costco member at the time, and I happened to see this set that you're looking at right here, the Metrinch set. Now, when you saw the infomercial over 10 years ago, vanadium sounded like a bunch of hogwash infomercial stuff. They were one of the first toolkits I ever ran into that was using chrome vanadium, right? And so before that I just kind of figured that was some sort of whatever infomercial product, etc., etc. But what caught me was this set does metric and standard. And I know there's maybe one or two other sets out there, and we'll talk about that, but even constantly I run into ads from Cobalt, from Lowe's, Craftsman, all these other sets that claim to have a universal set. Well, universal just meaning that it's basically 6 point, 12 point, 8 point, squared off ones, but you still need a standard set and you still need a metric set. And it still bothers me to the day that they can't get this right. These guys have been doing this for well over a decade. I'm sure if you check their website, they'll tell you how long they go back. All right, now here's the set I have from Craftsman. This is one of the only sets that I found that is very similar to Metrinch. But the other thing I want you to see is it only grabs it on 3 sides. It is nice because it retracts so it holds the bolt. But look how bulbous these things are. I've wanted to use this several different times. Recently when I just put in a new power steering box in the Scout, I was starting to use this and I realized I can't get these sockets in there because of this big collar, so I can't use these everywhere. So they became kind of a nice thing to have once in a great while sitting in my drawer. These I've used exclusively for years. Everything from impact wrench. So, here's your standard socket set. I got to have a metric and I got to have a standard in order to fix anything. This doesn't even get that big of size. So, and like I said before, yeah, you're going to see there's a few things missing. A couple of them I just have on drills probably right now. I know I'm missing the screwdriver here. I did lose the main ratchet, but luckily all the other sockets are just standard, 3/4 inch and 1/4 inch drive. Their secret is, again, it clamps down on the wall. All right, so here's a close-up look of the magic here. Now, of course, these little lobes, they're going to grab on the side of the bolt, and I'll kind of demonstrate here. You can see how this guy is grabbing the sides and not the corners, and you'll see there's a little bit of play. But the other thing I really like that I found is if you don't need the full wrench and you just need this, you can almost be a full size off and still grab the end, so you're still not constantly grabbing a wrench or something that you don't want. So this grade 8 bolt is probably a 9/16, but you can see it's 9/16 and 14 mil. And so not only can I grab that there, but if I go down to a 13, see how I can still grab it with those outer jaws? It doesn't fit all the way in because it's the wrong size, but I can still get the job done without reaching for an extra tool. So it's almost 3 tools in one. Like I was saying, it's Metrinch. It's kind of a funny name. I've not found them anywhere since over a decade. Now, the reason I'm making this video is I went online to see if I could, one, replace a couple of the missing pieces that I have. If you go look at my KLR video, I've got a standard sort of 1/4 inch screwdriver set, and on the back of it, it has a 1/4 inch drive, so you can add in a socket, or a ratchet wrench. I got that from this set. The orange handled one, I absolutely fell in love with that design of how tools work. That little screwdriver with the ratchet on the end that really just multiplies everything you're trying to do. I got that idea from here. This screwdriver, the 1/4-inch drive bit that came here, had that adapter on there so that I could actually put a wrench on the back and really crank it and use it as an extension. A lot of you guys messaged me in the KLR toolkit video. We'll put a link somewhere. That you said you absolutely love that idea because it's just extending your tools. And this thing is phenomenal for that. I can't tell you how happy I've been over the last 10 years with this set. Like I said, I think I've only broken one socket. I've used this on impact wrenches a ton. That wasn't even an impact wrench. I want to say one of these sockets isn't the original one for the spark plug. We happened to use that one on a brake part of a friend's Toyota, and we had a big breaker bar on the end, and it just was too much for it. I think the ratchet did fall out of the truck one day. I mean, this case has seen better days. I used to have it duct taped together. Now I just leave it. It's in 2 pieces. But man, right now I'm looking for a toolkit for the adventure bus. And that's what got me on this search, is I wondered if these guys still existed, because 1, I'm missing a few pieces, and 2, I want a set that I can just trust. I don't want it to be huge. I don't want to carry all the metric and standards for everything that I'm going to run into. You know, Ford may have used metric and then the bus company used standard, and so I've got both. The reason I got this set in the beginning is because I had an Italian motorcycle, I had a Ducati, an American-made international truck, and so I was constantly reaching back and forth to whatever I was working on. If you guys watch this channel for a long time, you know that I basically work on my truck with the tools that I carry in the truck. If I'm doing a brake job, an axle swap, I don't care what it is, ball joints, bearings, I'm using the toolkit that I carry on my truck, and that is going to adequate that if I'm missing something, I know I won't be able to fix it on the side of the road. And that's exactly what I want for an overland build, is something universal, something strong that I can depend on, that's going to cover all the situation. And I actually just saw that they have one kit slightly bigger than this. It's on sale. It's not cheap. It's like $390 on sale. It's just over $400 new. But guess what? That's the one I'm going to order. That's the one I'm going to get, and that's the one I'm going to trust for years and years and years. Because I don't want to take a toolkit out of the Scout, put it in the bus, put it in a different car. This is going to be a dedicated toolkit for the adventure bus. This is going to go back under the seat of the Scout and be able to fix this for years to come. Let me know what you guys have thought about. I know a lot of you have really gotten away from some of the name brands because they're really getting, well, it depends on where they're manufactured, but they're really going to a lower end product. Let's just say that. Their bottom line, their materials that they're designing and things aren't really lasting. No, this does not have the good old, you know, made in the USA emblem on here, like a lot of your grandfather's tools. But guess what? Even those guys that were doing it then aren't doing it now. It's really hard to find American-made stuff. And nobody is doing a kit this universal that I can only carry one socket set here. And I know no matter what size, domestic, standard, imperial, rounded off, rusted, it doesn't matter, that this kit is going to cover it. I'll be curious to see what you guys think. This is what's going in the adventure bus. What do you guys carry in your rig, your bug out vehicles, your overland vehicles to get you out of sticky situations, or do you just rely on, you know, having good luck? We'll see you down the road. This has been Beast with Metrinch Tools. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for all the love and support. You guys are amazing. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow the adventure on social media, and we'll see you on the road.